7:30 over February vacation. So I seriously doubt anyone's up at this time, and certainly not watching me. But if anyone is, you get the inside scoop about what the hell happened with my mother last night. Because let me tell you, I went off on that bitch. I went off on her. Because, like, I for real. I got a little sidetracked. Sure. But, when a bitch says that they care about what you have to say, and then proceeds to show that they do not actually give a fuck about your boundaries. Because when I tell you, I've told my mother on multiple occasions that I do not want to be going to her house. I have offered her one day, which is more than I want to be going, with the occasional second day, you know, maybe once or twice a month. I gave her the option of doing it on a day in which she shouldn't have my autistic 4-year-old brother. It's not my fault. Her whole situation is inconsistent. It's not my fucking fault she can't provide stability for this autistic 4-year-old. It's not my fucking fault, and it's not my fucking problem either. I am 16, yes. But guess what? None of those fucking kids are mine. None of them are fucking mine. So why the hell do I have to give half a fuck about their schedules and what my decisions make them feel like? Do you want to know something? I care about what my decisions make Rowan and Jackson feel like. Do you want to know why? Because they're 10. Because they're 10, and otherwise they don't have a supportive fucking person in their life. They have 2 fucking support people in their whole fucking life, and it's me and my mother. So I care about how Rowan and Jackson, how my things make Rowan and Jackson feel. But when I'm not seeing them, like I was seeing Lincoln daily, every fucking day, every fucking week, consistently. And let me tell you something. My mental health suffered for that shit. Anyways. Oh, and my physical health. When I'm filming videos, I'll watch them back and realize that you can see faded scratches on each of my cheeks from him. There's scars on my arms from him. Again, this is very crappy lighting that I have here, but quite literally impacted my physical health. Oh, would you like to see the scratch on my leg that hasn't healed yet? It's purple. Do you see it? It's right there. Yeah, it's right there. Oh, and right there. Yeah. So, fuck off. Anyways, but yeah, and so I don't really care about how my actions make Lincoln feel, because he doesn't know what he feels. He's a nonverbal autistic 4-year-old who shows affection through abuse. I'm not dealing with that shit. I ain't doing it. But my mother, being, well, my mother, thinks she's entitled to me doing whatever the fuck she wants me to do. So, even though I set a very clear boundary about not wanting to go over there more than once a week, she still says, and maybe that's why you should come over multiple times a week, because I forgot to reply to her, because I didn't know how to form a nice way to say abso-fucking-lutely not. I said that I do not want to be spending more than one day a week at your house, and how Lincoln is in OT, I'm not spending a day of my winter break with you and your autistic son in fucking OT, because they're not my kids. That's not my kid. That's not my kid. I am 16. I've never had a job. Okay. I've never, like, it'd be easier to list the things that I've done that normal children do than the things that they don't. And I've been to Aquaboggin twice. I've been to Funtown, Splash Town. Well, I don't know, twice. Like, I'm 16 and I've been to water parks a total of 4 times over the span of 16 years. 16 summers. Like, what? But anyways, that's not real. That's neither here nor there. But, and I don't quite remember what she said, but I said something about the childhood abuse that I endured from her, and she said, so this is new, ... Is it? Is it, Catherine? Because maybe I just don't want to talk to you in person because you abused me. Does that make sense in your brain? And I went off. And then she was like, listen, I get it. I've been terrible. I'm a terrible mother. Like, but I could tell you about my new diagnosis, but that's none of your business. That's not your problem. I'm working on myself. And and then, I don't fucking remember the rest of my question. She says, there's a time and place for this, Lucas. To which I reply with a whole fucking paragraph about, okay, well, I don't fucking care. The fact you're mentioning the new diagnosis is totally irrelevant. Because the only things that I should know about you are the shit that can be genetically passed down. Okay? If you got fucking cancer, tell me. That's something I should know. But I don't need to fucking know what kind of mental illnesses you fucking have unless they're genetically passed down. But guess the fuck what? I'm on a list for a psych eval, so we're gonna find that out anyway. So, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Because if you're gonna say you have PTSD or complex PTSD, guess fucking what, bitch? So do I. You're gonna say, oh, I got diagnosed with depression. Okay, bitch. I probably could be too. Like, oh, I got officially diagnosed with autism. Okay. Good for you. If you're officially diagnosed, and let's just say my dad probably is, then that means I most likely am too. So, what the fuck you got, Catherine? What do you got? Really? Exactly. Because the thing is, it's none of my fucking business. But the fact you felt the need to pull it up means that you just fall back on it. You are a grown fucking adult. You are a grown fucking adult. No matter what the fuck kind of diagnosis you have now, excuses you laying in bed all fucking day with the twins and expecting me to not only clean the living room, but to make you turkey and cheese sandwiches and then make me and the twins 3 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches every fucking night. Okay? Or turkey and cheese sandwiches, in which we run out of fucking turkey and cheese. And, like, no, that's, okay. So, what are you gonna say? You have depression? Because, I could have guessed that. You gonna say you have PTSD? Okay, from what? Josh? Okay. And I don't? That means, like, because let's be so fucking for real. Nobody fucking believes her. They all think she's a manipulative fucking cunt. So, you know. And the fact she broke a fucking box fan over my father's head when I was like a toddler. And I learned this information from my grandmother. Like, she's the type of person, like, I don't want to be around her or Josh. Because if she was the one that fucking kind of yacked him into throwing a fucking television at her, then I don't want to fucking be near that. I was 3 and she told me to hide under the fucking bed in his roommate's room. And I don't want to be around him because he's the one that got fucking manipulated into throwing a fucking television at my mother with a 3-year-old in the house. And if he wasn't manipulated into doing it, even more reason to not want to be around him. Like, guess what? I probably have whatever the fuck you have, Catherine. Because let's be so fucking for real. Your childhood didn't traumatize you that fucking much. Because she was a brat of a fucking child who couldn't even finish high school. She had to finish in night school. Even my father, who got into fights almost weekly, finished high school. So, let's ask ourselves, why the fuck you felt the need to bring that up other than to bring up the fact that you are mentally ill? Because guess what? So am I. Like, there's a reason I do not want to have kids, and it's because I do not want them to feel in any way what I feel. And I don't know whether what I feel is because of my shitty fucking childhood or because my brain is all sorts of fucked. But it's one of the two, and I don't want my kids to feel that way if it's just because my genetics are all sort of whack. Because I do not want a child. I do not want to have to teach them coping mechanisms just to want to live. I don't. Kids deserve better than that, you know? But you know. And she's just fucking, she's such an interesting person. Fucking. She brought up the fucking new diagnosis out of fucking nowhere for no fucking reason, other than the fact I decided to just drop all of this random lore that was never before mentioned. The fact I'd get, like, a pit in my stomach getting off the school bus in, like, 2nd grade. The fact I vividly remember getting hit. The fact I vividly remember multiple different instances in which I was hit. But my mother's still going, oh, well, I have good memories, okay? Good for you, Catherine. I don't. You have good memories because you think forcing me to eat fucking coleslaw and watch a movie is a good memory. I don't. But, you know. Good old trauma dumping stuff. Oh, I do the dishes. One of the twins ended up getting a knife off the counter and chasing the other twin with it, and I don't remember which twin it was, but that's a thing that happens. So I think it's just a canon experience that at one point in your life, one sibling chases another sibling with a knife. It's probably also a canon experience to have your sibling destroy something that you worked really hard on. I don't think it's supposed to be a canon experience that they didn't get in a lot of trouble for it, though. Because apparently my dresser, which again, I think the twins were older when they wrote in pen on my dresser. My wooden dresser that was not painted, just a bare wooden dresser. They wrote in pen on it, which, let me tell you, that fucks up the wood. So, it indents it. So, the only way to fix that would be to fucking sand it down. And it's been that way for 6 fucking years. It has not been fixed at all. But, you know, nothing's worse than working really hard to color your Shopkins box when you are an obsessed Shopkins kid and you come home to find the fact that your twin siblings destroyed it. They scribbled all the fuck over it. And then they didn't get in trouble. They didn't get in trouble. I'm pretty sure I got in trouble for yelling at them for doing it. The amount of times I've been told by my mother, you're not their parent, stop acting like one. But I was the one sitting in their room in like 1st, 2nd grade, pushing their legs back into their fucking cribs. Like, what? And then once they fell asleep, I had to sneak out silently in order to fucking clean the living room. Yeah. Lovely, right? You know, the reason this is still going is because I'm doing the dishes and can't end it. I don't really have much more to say. But yeah, you can expect a video about this to be coming soon. And then I'll also be talking about this in therapy next week. Because she's a gaslighting, manipulative cunt. And that may seem very strong words for my own mother. But, sorry. Smelling that didn't make me gag, and that's what's important. My shoulder now smells like cozy fireside some more, but that's okay. Yeah. My therapist herself has quite literally told me that my mother is a gaslighter. Like, quite literally. Like, I don't think she's, like, allowed to trash talk my parents or talk bad about them. But she has said that she's a gaslighter. She has 100%, like, yeah. She definitely does not like my mother. Based on what I've told her. So, yeah. Yeah, she's just an interesting person, I swear. Now I have to wait for this to go down. Yeah, my mother's a little interesting.